Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I thought for today we could go through my favourite products from November. I mean perfume, makeup, body care, skincare. I'm even going to include the books that I've read and what I think about them. So let's get into it. As much as I love perfume, I absolutely love seeing what everyone's favourites are and like what's worth my money, what's not. These are the bits that I really found myself reaching for in November. And now I'm like, I don't think I could ever be without these products. To be honest, quite a few of them I actually haven't seen many people talk about. So I thought, let's talk about them. If you're new here, hi, my name's Vicky and I love everything self-care. You might have seen me on my other socials, basically just talking about perfumes, but this is my channel where I talk about a little bit more. I love everything self-care, so whatever that is, I'm going to talk about it. Let's get into my November favourites. Let's start off with a new makeup purchase, and this was recommended to me, and I'm not going to lie, when it comes to makeup, I'm like, oh, there's so much out there. I don't know if it's worth the hype. I don't know if it's worth the money. Like, I have spent some crazy money on makeup in the past and I don't wear makeup all that often. So I'm like, is it justified to spend a load of money on makeup? But I am sick to death of like guessing what makeup is good these days. Like, can I trust a review? Can I not? And, you know, just spending like 30 quid here and there in kind of Superdrug and Boots, like it adds up when you're guessing, trying to guess whether a makeup product is good. And so I am pleased to say that I have found a foundation that I don't think I will ever not have in my collection. I am talking about the Natasha Denona foundation. Now, I didn't really know much about this at all until I got the foundation, and now I want everything. This is the High Glam foundation. It's hydrating and blurring long wear radiant serum foundation. God, that's a mouthful. I didn't know much about this. I watched a few reviews. Like I said, my friend actually recommended this to me, and this was quite expensive. I think it was like £55. I did have to get it from America. So this was a blind buy. Like, I'd never tried it before, but I had trust in my girl, okay? And when I tell you, the first time I ever used this, I was like, wow. This is unlike any foundation I have ever tried in my entire life. So I like a full coverage foundation, but I don't want it to feel full coverage. I hate feeling cakey. Like, obviously I want it to cover up like all my imperfections, but I don't want it to look like I have like layers of makeup on. So I'm actually wearing it today. It's so lightweight, but it's the most blurring foundation I've ever used. Like, you literally put one swipe on your face, you blend it out, it's glowy, but it covers everything you need it to cover. Stays on all day and has this like luminosity to it. The perfect hybrid between like having the glowy skin, but also appreciating that you need to set it with powder, you need it to not move. And it is just the best foundation I've ever found. And so this is going to be sticking in my collection, but I wear this to the office whenever I put on makeup now. This is what I reach for, and I'm kind of that type of person that once I've got something I like makeup wise, I'm not going to have like a load of foundations in my collection. I just don't wear makeup enough to justify it, but she is not going anywhere. So if you're looking for a new foundation, yes, she's expensive, and I am somebody who's breakout prone and it's not broken me out at all. I also have sensitive skin. This is just perfect, and I wear shade N3. So that's the first thing. Second thing, also makeup. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Hydrating Setting Spray, but this is the Ultra Blur one because I do know they have another one. Now, I saw a little bit of this on TikTok and that's what made me buy it. I actually got it on Vinted. Pro tip, if you're looking for something cosmetic-y that you've not tried before and you don't want to pay full price, always check out Vinted. This is so good. So I've always loved the Laura Mercier setting powder. That is what I use. That is what I love. This is like the perfect hybrid, like with the foundation and that powder. This sets to the point where like your face isn't going to move, but it keeps it glowy, but it also blurs it. It's so good. And what I love is I won't spray it now, but it's like an aerosol. So it's like a really nice thin mist. Actually got another one because I've used this whole thing in November. It's so, so good. It's got no fragrance to it. It's just the perfect setting spray. And it's not one of those that makes you like shiny after or like oily, or you don't feel like you've got residue. It's a really nice, light, airy mist, but it does the job and it makes your skin look airbrushed. Next up is a product that I really fell in love with. So this is the Aveeno Calm and Restore Triple Oat Serum. Now I have had this in my skincare collection for years, to be honest, and I just stopped using it, not because I didn't like it, but I was like, I don't know if it's really doing anything, and I had other serums that I loved, and yeah, wasn't really reaching for it that much, but this is so good for sensitive skin. And in November, I had an awful skin reaction to a cleanser. Okay, when I say awful, my skin had like broken out an eczema. It was tight, it was wrinkly. I'd basically completely ruined my skin barrier, and for several weeks I couldn't really do much with it, and I just needed something simple, hydrating and good for sensitive skin. So I went back to this and I have worn it day and night ever since. I've got through this whole tube in November. So I have just picked up another one, but this is like £9. It's a really good basic serum. It hydrates you, it makes your skin look glowy throughout the day. It's fragrance free, it's gonna make your skin react, it's perfect under makeup. And I just think if you're looking for an affordable serum, you need this. It's so, so good. I forever have this in my skincare collection now, and I just think it's such a good serum for the price. Next up is perfume related. So if you're here just for the perfume content, you will be pleased. And I have a really big perfume collection, so there's not really one perfume that I'll tend to like wear over and over again throughout a month. Like, I like to mix it up. I like to give all my fragrances some love. I like to wear something different each day. But I have found that in November, this was something I just kept reaching for. Either just to throw in my handbag, for layering, to add a bit of sweetness. And to me, this fragrance is like winter. To me, like this brings back memories of last winter. So anyway, let's get into it. This is Fleur Vanilla Skin, the body mist. I do have the perfume. Oh my God, it's just so good. If you are a vanilla girl and you like to smell like sweet vanilla, then you need this. What I would say, yes, this is gourmand, but this has a little bit more going on with it. So this does have notes of pink pepper, pink apple and sugar crystals. I really get the pink pepper and the sugar crystals, but what I would say is the peppery opening dies down pretty quickly. The heart notes, you have lily, jasmine petals and cashmere wood. So the cashmere makes it really nice and cozy. And then in the base you have benzoin, vanilla, sandalwood and agarwood. You just need to try this. It is my favourite, and for a body mist, this performs like a perfume. So if you're umming and ahhing between the EDP or this lasts just as long in my opinion. I love layering them together, but this is so good if you want to like sweeten something up, you just want something as you're running out the door, you want something in your handbag. I do have the bigger bottle, but this is like my handbag size. This lasts on clothes, I am not joking, until you wash them. So yes, it's a body mist, but it is one of the best performers in my whole collection and one of my most complimented. So yeah, I just kept reaching for this in November just to top up my fragrance throughout the day. Last but not least, this is something that I actually only started doing in November, and I have seen the biggest difference. So I have noticed as I get older, I am now 30, that naturally I'm getting some under eye wrinkles, okay? I don't like it, but it is what it is. And I have had Botox before and didn't like it. It made me feel like this. I felt really claustrophobic and horrible. And in hindsight, I don't need it. I just need good skincare and to take care of my skin. So I decided I am gonna start sleeping in under eye patches. I've seen a few girls do it and I thought, why not? So I have purchased this month the Abib Collagen eye patches. Now these are Korean. I got these from Skin Cupid. So they've got Jericho and rose jelly, but they basically just look like this. Like, what I love about these is they're really easy to put on and they don't like move, they like stay. I'm not gonna lie, I have woken up in the night and they've gone. But they make your under eyes so soft and they just feel firm. Not that like my under eyes don't feel like that, but you know what I mean? They just feel smoothed out and even and lifted. So, you know, I have worn these every single night to bed and I will forever now wear eye patches to bed. I am like interested in trying different ones, but I love these. So I might get like a few different ones and switch it up and just see how I feel, but they have made the biggest difference to my skincare. So yeah, that is all of my favourites from November in terms of products. And I just love seeing what everyone uses and is obsessed with, and those are my current obsessions. I'm going to make this a monthly thing, so I'll do it in December. You might see some products come back, then there might be new ones. Let's now go on to the books I read in November. So if you're not interested in book stuff, you can leave now. In November, I actually read 2 books, but one of them I started in October, so probably doesn't count. But the first book I read was called The Stable Boy of Auschwitz. Now, I absolutely love war books. I can't read them all the time because they are obviously very sad and depressing, but I do love reading one every few months. And I'd had this on my shelf and finally read it, and it was actually more of like a autobiography kind of vibe. It was about following a story of a young boy who went through the concentration camps, and it was just the most harrowing book I've ever read. I have read a lot of them. It's one of my favourite genres. I've been to Auschwitz, I've been to Birkenau, and so you can really visualise it a little bit more once you've been. But yeah, that was a 5-star read for me. I read it in like 2 days. So if you're into that kind of stuff, then I highly recommend The Stable Boy of Auschwitz, and it is on Kindle Unlimited. I've also started the Throne of Glass series. Now, I am the biggest fan of ACOTAR, okay? I started reading that book series in a time of my life where I was really not in a great place, and it was just my first fantasy series. It was a big escape for me, and so I've been keen to explore more Sarah J Maas books. So I did try Crescent City. I read half of the first book, and they're big books. Couldn't get behind it. I don't think I can do urban fantasy, basically. So I decided to try Throne of Glass because everyone was like, you will love it. So I read the first book, which is Assassin's Blade. Loved it. 5-star, really good. I didn't read it that quick, but I do find you need to get into it and it can take a while. And now I'm reading Throne of Glass, and it has taken me longer, and there are points in the book where I'm really bored. I loved the start of the book and I love bits of the book, but right now I'm a bit like, this is a bit of a slog. So I am going to finish it. I'm like 65% of the way through. I'm just not sure whether to persevere with the whole book series, which is a shame because the first book, I loved it so much. But do let me know if you've read Throne of Glass. Did you feel the same? Is it worth persevering? Or is it one of those books where everything is going to happen in the last half of the very last book? Yeah, they're the books I'm reading at the moment, and I really want to read a thriller soon. I'm in the mood to get back into a thriller. I've read a lot of fantasy lately, so that is what I'm in the mood for. Also really random, but The Housemaid is out on Boxing Day, and I really want to watch that. That's the book by Frida McFadden. My favourite books, one of the first thrillers I ever read. So good, so I'm definitely going to be watching that over Christmas. But anyway, I have rambled on for long enough. Hope you enjoyed this video. That's all of my favourite products from November. Do let me know if you've tried any of them or if you have any questions, and do let me know about the books as well. But thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing weekend and week, and I will see you in my next video.